Hello, and welcome to a parental support maths session brought to you by the Kemnor Academy Trust. My name is Rhiannon Balfour and I am a lead practitioner. Today, I'm going to lead you through some strategies and background information about addition in Year 1, so that you have the confidence to support your child as they move through primary school. To count all is to join two groups and then count all the objects. Children will have an addition calculation. They will then use objects to represent the numbers. In the first example here, 3 plus 4, children will count out 3 objects and then 4 objects. They will then join the two groups of objects together and recount all of the objects starting at 1 by touching or moving them as they count to ensure accuracy. Some simple ways of helping your child with one-to-one correspondence are counting together with children, pointing to objects in a set as you say each number aloud, moving each object in a set as you say each number aloud, asking children questions such as, how will you keep track of the ones that you've counted and the ones that you haven't counted? Counting on is when children keep the larger number in their head and carry on counting on from that number. At this stage, children will be beginning to understand that this is easier and quicker than counting all, like in the previous stage. The example in the concrete picture here shows 8 plus 1 is equal to 9. There are 8 orange cubes and 1 purple cube. The children will have found 8 objects to represent 8 and 1 object to represent 1. They will be learning to understand that they know there are 8 cubes, so they don't have to count them all again, but instead count on from 8. The pictorial image here shows 2 ways of writing an addition equation. 8 plus 1 is equal to 9, and 15 is equal to 12 plus 3. For the equation 15 is equal to 12 plus 3, the image shows how the children would work this out pictorially. They would find 12 on the number line and count on 3 jumps. 12 plus 3 is equal to 15, or 15 is equal to 12 plus 3. The children also learn, even at this early stage, that the equal sign does not mean here comes the answer. It simply means that one side is equal to the other. This is why there may be times where it is seen at the beginning of an equation, not at the end. Addition and subtraction are taught alongside each other. The part-whole model is the concept of how numbers can be split into parts. Children using this model will see the relationship between the whole number and the component parts. This helps learners make the connections between addition and subtraction. It will help them see the inverse relationship. Inverse means simply the opposite. Addition is the opposite of subtraction, and subtraction is the opposite of addition. As children start to work with the part-whole model, they will become aware that the parts will make the whole in any order. If we look at the concrete example here, we can see 10 is the whole, and there are 2 parts, 6 and 4. The children would have counted out 10 cubes and put some of the 10 cubes in one of the part boxes and the rest in the other. This image shows 6 in one and 4 in the other. So 10 is equal to 6 plus 4, or 4 plus 6 is equal to 10. The pictorial example shows 10 cups, 6 in a group and 4 in a group. The child in this example has counted the number of cups to find what 6 plus 4 is equal to, and then represented it in the part-whole model. They could represent these numbers with any images such as dots, circles, or crosses. Before we delve into this strategy, it's important to understand the use of number bonds to 10. In Year 1, children should be beginning to quickly recall pairs of numbers that total 10. 10 fingers, cars, Lego bricks, or questions such as, we have 7 apples, how many more do we need to make 10? These are all good resources and ways of reinforcing this learning. The Making 10 strategy can be a speedy strategy for the children when they know number bonds to 10, as adding a number to 10 is easier for them. When using the Making 10 strategy, children are encouraged to start at the greater number and partition the smaller number to make 10. Partitioning is when we split a number into smaller parts. The example here shows how the Make 10 strategy is used to calculate 6 plus 5. The children start at the greater number, in this case 6, and they place 6 cubes into the 10 grid. They then use a different colour cube for the number 5. In order to make 10, the children partition 5 into smaller parts. These parts are 4 and 1. The 4 joins the 6 to make 10, and the 1 is placed in a new 10 grid. The empty spaces on the first 10 frame made it clear how many more were needed to make 10. On the number line, the child is solving 9 plus 5. They start on 9, and to make 10, they need to add 1 more. So they partition 5 into 1 and 4. They add the 1 to get to 10, then they add on the remaining 4 to make 14. Thank you so much for watching this session. We hope that you will find it helpful when supporting your child with mathematics at home.